Stop investing. China-US tariff war again. How bad could it get? What could happen to gold price and stock market? Welcome to World Traveling Millionaire Stock Investor and Option Trader channel. Where are you watching from? Comment down below. Look at stock market. What happened on October 10? Just one day. Look at the heat map. Microsoft down 2.19%. Oracle 1.35%, Apple 2.45%, Amazon 4.99%, Tesla 5.06%, Nvidia 4.89%, Broadcom 5.91%. So almost every day is red except for consumer defensive. Why? Because once something happen like terror war or recessions, investor flock to consumer defensive, right? So just to be safe. And so that's what happened. S&P 500 was down 2.71%, and Nasdaq was down 3.56% just within one day. We haven't had that in a very long time, maybe since May. So yeah, look at this, 3.56, and Dow Jones down 1.9%. But you might think everybody loses money, right? Because when the stock market goes down on a day like this, you saw the news, investors lost their monies, they got liquidated and leveraged. You might be wrong, because I and my students, we made money on October 10th, over 3,000 just one day. Remember, if you see red, that's also an opportunity. Okay, so over the past 3 days, October 8 to October 10, I made over 12,000. So it's about more than 4,000 a day. So let's look at 8 trading days from October 1st to October 10. Saturday, Sunday, they don't count. So 16,000, so over 2,000 a day, right? So how could you also make this money like this? Of course, nothing is guaranteed, nothing is 100% guaranteed, but I'm gonna tell you how you could basically learn from me and my education videos and in a short while. Okay, so what happened? Why did the stock market drop? Because China and US, they are starting travel again. Okay, China opens antitrust trust probe into the US chip giant Qualcomm. Look at this, Qualcomm bought Israeli firm on the top. So that's why Qualcomm stock fell like crazy. Look at this Qualcomm. On this day, 7.29% just within one day. Within one day. So China is a big market for Qualcomm. So it's no wonder Qualcomm fell. China, they probably want to get some leverage before they goes into negotiate table within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so that's what they did. They also tightened checks on Nvidia AI chips. You know what, US, you don't want to export your Nvidia chips to us, right? Yeah, we can do the same. We can tell our companies not to buy Nvidia chips. It's not gonna be to the ban, okay? But it just, yeah, we're gonna make it more troublesome to buy Nvidia chips. So some of the companies may give up and they may just buy local Chinese chips. So that's what they could be doing. So what do you think? Another reason why this stock market pullback happens is because China retaliates against US port fees with new charges on American chips. US, since President Joe Biden administration, they charge $50 per ton for Chinese ships coming to their US ports. So now China will charge 400 rand, 56 per ton for US vessel. But I don't think this will hurt US so much, because US ships accounts for only 0.1% of global shipbuilding compared to 53.3% for China, right? So if China has more ships coming to the US, US is the biggest consumer market. So hey, anybody who charters Chinese chips, they need to pay more for that. And I think they are willing to pay more, because if they got cheaper Chinese ship compared to other ships, right? But over time, the cost may add up. So over the long run, the shippers they may want to use non-Chinese ships. So that's what US have been trying to do. So Chinese levy on US ships may not hurt US so much because it's only 0.1% global shipping. It's a bit sad if you think about it. US only made 0.1% of global shipping. Wow. And also, President Trump announces additional 100% tariff on Chinese imports, on top of 30% that they are already charging to imports. American consumers and businesses, they pay for it. Over the long term, it's gonna be American consumer. So when some of the goods becomes like double, more than double, it's really hard to buy. So people may choose to buy other countries' import. So that's what President Trump has been trying to do. Why? Because Chinese also restrict their rare earth material exports, right? Just like US, you know what? You have been trying to restrict export of semiconductor chips to China, and we're gonna also restrict rare earth materials to everybody. It's not just you, okay? Because I think Chinese they don't want they are powerful, so that's why they can retaliate like one after another, but they don't want to directly target US, right? They don't want to go head to head, so they don't want to become like bad guy. So they restrict exports to everybody. So US President Trump is not happy because China has 90% of rare earth materials processing ability, and so rare earth materials are used in semiconductor, mobile phones, EV, and electronics. Almost every electronics that you see, right? Rare earth materials is inside. So China, you know what? If you want to do it, we're gonna retaliate. But they don't retaliate right away. They just issue a statement. But we do not want a tariff war, but we are not afraid of one. And yeah, this is to give some time to President Trump to reflect on what action he could take, right? You don't want to repeat the same thing, right? In April, the mistakes over the past 6 months. You don't want to do that. So we give you a chance. And China said it's a double standard, right? US is restrict export of semiconductors, but they don't want us to restrict export of rare earth materials. That's the best standard. Yeah, if you look at it that way, yeah, it could be the best standard. But whatever that is, so this creates additional uncertainty. Do I think it's gonna last? I don't think it will last. I don't think nobody wants the repeat of April 2025 Liberation Day stock market crash. So nobody wants that. Billionaires they lost money, right? But they now they make it back. So what could happen to gold price? Gold price up 1.77%, right? Over 4,000. I already made a video in gold investing playlist. You can go and check it out. My prediction for 2026 gold price, right? It's up. Look at this, 2.43%. Over the past 5 days, it's up. Year to date, up 53.53%, right? 5 year, it beats S&P 500. Look at this. Wow, look at this. So my prediction, September was up as I predicted. So October, if there is a pullback, we already had a pullback, right? If there are more pullback, I think it could be for a strong bull in November or December. It's very healthy, very normal for stock market to pull back. No stock market is gonna go up like straight. It's not good. So you just go up and down, go up, right? So October's pullback most likely will not be as bad as April's. No, I don't think so. So what I would do as a beginner, okay? What I would tell myself more than 10 years ago, okay? Once something like this happens, don't panic. I'm not going to sell great company stocks. I will hold all great company stock. And actually, I will DCA more. There are some companies, new companies that I have not bought yet, I will probably buy DCA. Take this opportunity to DCA and make sure that you don't use margin as well, right? Margin is gonna wipe out your portfolio if there's a crash. So it's very important. So what do you think? Do you think China and US, they are using this as a negotiation tactics before President Trump and President Xi meets in South Korea in the next 2 weeks? Or do you think that could become really bad, really worse? What do you think? Comment down below. If you want to learn more, go to Master Risk Stock Option Crypto. Go to playlist, check out my stock investing, call option, put options, advanced option, day trading movement, stock education. If you want to reach out to me or you want to know what I buy, what I profit from, the links is gonna be in the description, comment down below. Share, subscribe.